Yeah, that's what we are.
Hence the title. Oh.
We're working on it. Working.
Shut up.
It says it's live, for 25 seconds, but it still says working on our live stream, so I can only imagine that it's just like...
It's soon live.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Now.
can hear us
Are
and
we
we're
live?
talking.
I hope so.
Fuck the YouTube settings. Anyway.
Wow, what a great start.
Look, we have to
interesting.
demonetize ourselves somehow or get sued for $25,000.
Okay.
It was
I
42,000.
thought it was, yeah.
It's $25,000
Oh.
Easy.
per video.
Yeah.
I thought it was 42.
Per video.
Yeah.
I thought it was 42 per video, but that's
Or
still,
have it set to
Damn.
not
Yeah.
attract kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that when I sign in today.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
can't manage the live stream like that
Yeah.
yet. They should
So
have-
since we're
nice.
we're not for kids, fuck. There we go. Okay. Anyway,
Fuck.
what's going on, guys? Welcome to fucking episode 5, I think.
Yeah, episode 5.
Oh, thank God, I actually remembered. Okay. Yeah. So I have no fucking idea what we're talking about today because I didn't look at what the topics were besides what Amanda just said about
Amazon Airplains games and
Airplanes.
Little Mix.
Little
and
Mix.
Little Mix. All right.
and
And then
cookies.
Yes, and I meant to say this last time, but it totally blew out of my mind.
Uh-huh.
My favorite band. Oh, my favorite band. Little Mix. Jesse Nelson's documentary, Odd One Out, won the National Television Award.
You brought up turtles. Oh boy.
I have to.
My
They're
family
called
just
turtles.
gives me tons of crap, and I don't eat a lot of junk food. Like I eat chips and stuff like that, but I don't eat candy. So I always get a ton of candy every Valentine's Day and Christmas, and it's like, but why? I don't eat any.
Because they know you're single, Brody.
Yeah, I guess so. Just give me some coffee creamer and some alcohol or something, and we're
Yeah.
good to go.
What up? Bailey's, because it's both.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I have it.
No.
It's espresso.
Bailey's
Speaking of which,
Espresso.
Bailey's has a new strawberry flavoring that's coming out.
Mm. I don't know
Sounds
how
good.
well that's gonna taste.
I don't know if I'm gonna sell it.
No, that looks really good. All right.
This.
That's better.
Just throw the garbage in there.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Little Mix.
Yeah, they were originally formed in 2011 solely for Britain's Got Talent, and they were the first group that was solely formed for that to actually win.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
And they
a
did
lot
win?
of their songs have been #1 hits.
Mhm.
And they are the only group, or only girl group to reach 20 million views on Spotify this year.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it was this year alone? Okay, 2019 to this.
Yeah.
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 Sorry. Yes, not
Yeah, so-
2020 alone.
No, not 2020
That'd
alone.
be incredible.
That'd be
amazing.
extremely impressive.
That'd be like probably world record setting at that.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, Jessie Nelson's Odd One Out won the National Television Awards, and her documentary is about what she went through,
Mm-hmm.
because she was the odd one out in the girl group,
Mm-hmm.
because others were all skinny and the perfect body image for most people
Mm-hmm.
that usually look at celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just talked about what she had gone through and all the comments that had been made about her and her journey through it and everything.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
I'll
it was-
definitely have to give that a watch and give that band a listen.
It's really hard to find her documentary.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have yet to watch the entirety of it
Oh
because
my
it
God.
is
You
that
can
hard
use
to find.
uTorrent, it's fine.
Yeah.
So
Just go
Is
to
that
the good
still a
old
thing,
you know where
right?
bay and
Yeah.
download it on the uTorrent and be like, "Bloop, bloop, bloop," and you're good to go. I don't condone downloading movies because I don't do it. But
No.
if you really, really want to find something, either that
Mhm.
or you go to the internetarchives.org where they save a
Yeah.
ton of documentaries
Oh, hell yeah.
online. There's like, what is it, 3,000 right now?
I don't know.
Holy
what it is.
Dog, 3,333 million websites, and they're all from like 1980 onwards.
Holy
Anything,
crap.
anytime a
That's a lot.
website gets deleted or taken down for whatever reason, they archive it, and you can see it and view it inside Internet Archives.
it's pretty cool. It's like the Wayback Machine and stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that when Miniclip gets.
They
shut
work
down.
with Wayback Machine now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And if you are going to listen, I would suggest first listening to Weird People, Groan, and Touch.
Just those in like.
Sorry. The only thing that really.
I
got me
realize
was-
now why
Yeah,
you're
just
giggling.
those 3 series in like
Weird People, Groan,
Weird
and
People,
Touch.
Groan, and Touch. Like it's
That's
not.
the order they're in the album too. I guarantee it.
Oh my god.
I actually don't know. I hope
Or
not.
Weird People, Touch, and Groan.
Oh no.
Either way, it works.
That would be amazing.
That is
Or
also
Groan and
really
Touch
weird.
Weird People.
Touch,
that'd be
Groan,
right.
Weird People.
Good.
Holy shit.
That's like at that point. That's someone going like, "You fucking weird people."
Yeah, pretty much.
What does the song say?
What does the fox say?
It doesn't do that on my Google Play anymore.
Oh,
Or,
really?
Like on my Google Home, like I tried it and I was like, that was disappointing.
That's awesome.
No, but
That's
oh my god.
I loved how that used to be a thing.
Oh fuck, I remember you guys were freaking playing with it like one time.
Yeah, the day you got it.
Yeah,
or
the
Google
a
Home.
couple days after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty much when I got it. But that was so funny. All I could think about is that one fish joke.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Yeah, all I can think about is that one fish joke that
I'm not getting
got
the
brought up
coronavirus.
on that. So,
If you are, you're getting it, and there's no other way around
Hey,
it.
hey, if I have it, I have it. But
Touch.
no.
groan.
Girl.
Groan.
Those numbers are rising still.
Oh fuck yeah. Well, apparently from what I heard, Germany is apparently working on a
Everyone
on
is
yeah, everyone
working
is,
on a
but yeah.
cure.
Yeah,
Or like the States or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew specifically like more like on Germany.
Mm.
So just
I mean, the
because
states
saw
could
the-
work on it, but they would charge everybody for it. Let's be
Well, they're
honest.
still gonna
Yeah,
charge
oh,
people
yeah.
for the cure one way or another. Unless, of course, you're sitting there dying on the bed, or like you literally just get it, or you're about to die. They're not.
I'd
gonna
have to
fucking give
disagree.
half
If we
of a
start
shit.
losing millions, I think somebody would probably just be like, you know
Yeah.
what? Fuck you and your money.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't charge people for this. In all honesty, I'm
Wars will
surprised
break
I
out
haven't
over
caught
this
it yet.
mess.
Yeah.
Well, it takes 3 weeks of incubation to show any signs.
Shut your mouth.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
3
so
weeks,
surprised I
2
haven't
weeks?
shown anything.
Yeah.
No,
So,
holy.
I mean, it still is like as much as the fact that everyone is terrified of it because there's no cure. It's also a virus. So cure is not really terribly possible.
Nope.
But it's more of a
It's gonna
preventative
keep
measure.
evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But well, it's like
With each
More
person
people
that
die
it
f-
infects it, it
People die
evolves
from
each time.
Dude, people shouldn't be eating bats, period.
yeah, I agree with that.
They're flying rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell Ozzy Osbourne
Literally.
that. Like, fuck.
That's like eating pigeons.
He didn't even eat it. He just ripped its head off and spit it out.
Oh.
That guy was on so much meth, he probably didn't even feel it.
No,
Honestly, all the disease went into his body and was like, whoa. There's
No,
too
it-
much shit in here
no,
already.
yeah,
We're-
exactly. It
I'm
probably-
just gonna leave.
The disease went in, was like, alright, time to start some K. What the fuck
Yeah,
is
literally
all
the
of
disease
this?
probably went in, and then it was just like flooded with
We
with
love Ozzy
like a bunch
Osbourne.
of drugs.
Yeah, but...
And then it just died.
Yeah.
And it was like that was it.
Like the coronavirus.
Good old
like,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, seriously. Like holy fuck.
I'm surprised he's still alive. Like he's supposedly
yeah.
supposedly sober, but I bet you he's probably gonna.
Nah, he's probably sober in his
He's
age.
pretty sober.
What is
He's
he,
probably
like, 80?
yeah, he's old.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
old.
he
Because
is.
he's a lot
He
of-
old.
Yeah, he is.
Like he's like mega.
And the only song nobody ever plays on the radio, or everybody plays on the radio, is still Crazy Train. Nothing else that he's
it's
ever done.
It's a banger.
It's a
still
good song.
banger.
I know
Yeah.
it is a good song,
Really good.
but could we have other songs about Ozzy
Yeah, that'd be
Osbourne on
nice.
the radio instead of Crazy Train?
Like
I hear it every
Paranoid.
yeah, like I've heard it, like I've heard all of his songs too many times, and I'm just like, dude, come on.
Well, that's like me hearing like Bohemian Rhapsody. I think
Yeah.
like I
Oh
it's a
yeah,
good,
it's a good song, but fuck's sakes, it's
In
like
this town, it's on the radio
overplayed.
once a day, and you're like, when you're at work and you work a blue collar job, you're like, oh, just
Yeah.
fucking play something
It
else.
doesn't help that the drive only plays the same
I think the-
audio loop every
Yeah,
week.
I think the
Oh,
drive
really?
is.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Josh, there was a... Because a stereo in the press room. Every time before we went to lunch, the same song. I could tell you the same song that could play until we stopped turning it off.
Oh, I remember.
Wow.
fucking-
What song was that?
It was like I think it was one of the Queen's like
God damn.
Don't Stop Me Now or Bohemian Rhapsody.
God damn.
I remember working at the source. Every second song that would play was Bohemian Rhapsody until they put on the Christmas music, and then
I'd
it was
rather-
just torture after that.
Yeah.
Like
As much as I like Christmas music, and I do like Christmas music, it just after Christmas time, I am fed up with it.
Well-
Or if you have nieces and nephews or cousins that are young and just constantly sing holiday songs.
My life at the beer store, it gets so quiet. There'll be a customer that'll walk in, I'll just be like bobbing back and forth to like the radio music that you can barely hear, and they're like, "You can hear that?" It's like, honestly, my ears have just tuned into it because nobody else is here. I don't have to listen to anything. Like, there's no machine. I don't listen to the vents because it doesn't make any noise. So it's just like the faint radio in the background. I can just hear. I'm just like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but like, and working retail, I think was the worst of it.
it's
Like,
the worst
working-
period.
Oh yeah. Well, working at the source, I found was a lot easier than working at Superstore.
Well, that's pretty simple.
It was a lot easier because I knew about the electronics, and all I had to do was pretty much go and help people on the tills that wanted to, go and buy some shit, pretty much, and then just work it out and
It's
all
like-
that stuff.
To be honest, at least our source, there's a few people there who are really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Like, they can tell you things in and out.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
But there's like two people who come to mind immediately. I don't know who they are. One's a guy, one's a girl.
Yeah.
And they're the fucking stupidest sons of
Rob
bitches.
left.
Hmm?
Rob doesn't work there
Oh,
anymore.
does he not?
No.
Oh, never mind.
actually, he got fired.
Did
funny
he?
Enough, yeah.
Fuck off.
He got let go. Like, he actually got
Wow.
let go. It's pretty.
Well,
crazy.
wherever you are, Rob,
Well, yeah.
you're doing a good job.
Okay, now what was a girl and a guy, now just a girl.
Yeah.
Because the other girl there is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I just can't. I had to interact with her and ask her a couple questions, and it was essentially just like,
Oh, is it
'cause
that blonde one?
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't remember. There's two
No.
blonde ladies there
I
too.
was just gonna say because there's
The tall one I know was like the manager or something.
she wasn't actually. She was just a worker there. She just knew how to do everything.
Yeah, she's the smart one.
Yeah.
Like I've had to interact with her a couple of times too, and I really enjoyed it. 'cause,
Well,
like,
like,
she's
This is what everybody wants to talk about.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, that was nice.
So I
Thank you.
remember going
Dr.
into
Pepper.
the Staples once, and I was just looking at headphones. And one guy's like, "Yeah, if you want wireless, if you guys this one thing that's clearance, yeah, I can also give you a bonus discount today. You get it even cheaper."
Yeah.
That's why I have the ones I bought. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, for the most part. But like, when it comes to like certain like products at the source, there will be things that I will go and buy, but I will never go and buy the source's name brand stuff because
Ever.
oh, it's-
no, like the reason why they are there to try and sell it is because they get commission out of it.
Yeah.
Essentially, so
I go and
I
I
hate
buy
that.
headphones
Like-
from there, and I buy my computer cleaner, like the spray.
Yeah.
But that's really it. I don't buy anything else.
Yeah,
from it.
actually, Staples is actually a lot more expensive than the source.
oh wow,
Yeah,
Like, I
but
spent
I
a
get so
while-
much better
Absolutely.
quality out of
Yeah.
Staples than I do the source, surprisingly,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
electronics.
Even
would
if
much-
it's the same thing.
I would much rather. Well, the thing is, I would much rather go to Staples because pretty much everything I've bought, from there now has been from Staples.
Hmm.
It's great. Quality there is absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm
amazing.
not. It's just everything is. Like, I'll just say the headphones I bought beforehand, like, they are like, I think they were like $30 cheaper at the source for the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought them at the source.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've had no issues with them so
Yeah.
far,
Well-
and plus I got the 3-year warranty.
Yeah.
So
Well, there are like certain products that because I remember buying a bunch of like my wireless headphones from Staples just because they don't carry them at the source, and I won't go and buy headphones from the source. Essentially, just be like, I'm not saying that they're not bad, but I go for very specific kinds of headphones, like a specific brand. So yeah, so
Yeah.
pretty much like the same ones that Brody has for his headphones, I go for that brand.
Which pair? I have my
Here.
blue
Oh, I'm talking
wireless.
about the other.
You mean this brand?
Those are Sennheisers, so those are good ones. I freaking love Sennheisers.
They're really noise cancelly. Like they don't cancel out all the noise, but like
They're
it's,
not-
I can block out the dog.
Well, they're not actually noise canceling. Funny enough, so So
That's what I mean. Like, they're good enough to do that.
they're good enough to do that, but I also spent like fucking $150 on those too.
Nope.
See, you say that, but like a good pair of headphones, it's worth it.
Oh, actually,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, but I'll wait 6 months to get a pair that's like on sale.
Yeah.
The
it's-
same pair
it's
that's
best to,
$150 is now 80.
it's
All right,
best
I'll
to-
pay
It's
that.
best to go on to go and buy them on sale because those were definitely not cheap, but they were worth it
Yeah.
at the time. But I ended up just buying myself like a pair of gaming headphones and then gave Brody those, and now I've got another pair of those. So.
Well, I'm still cheap.
How about those
son of a
blue
bitch.
Sony? Surprisingly, they were Sony, and I still have them 3 years later.
Sony's been usually have pretty good longevity.
I've gotten shit on by Sony before with their
Oh, yeah.
headphones, but like, because you buy them and they either work or they don't, and
Yeah.
if they work, they last a long time, and if they don't, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, that's
It was
why
just
that's
like,
why I go for
I
Sennheisers.
I just find their cords are the worst. That's about it.
yeah, that's why I bought the cordless.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for the most part, I
It's getting about time to buy a new pair soon. Get some better sound.
Yeah.
What?
Gave me beats.
What?
Okay.
The scrape
Sneeze.
sound?
Yes.
Or?
I
Oh.
sneeze. Sneeze was building up.
Called it.
Coronavirus. So we gotta buy Coronas to help it because apparently
You
alcohol.
go right.
No,
You
no,
buy.
remember.
You buy all the
Remember.
Coronas you want, but you
It's
need
not
limes.
Corona anymore.
Remember, to change the differential name from the coronavirus, they changed their name to Ebola.
Yeah.
To what?
to a
The Corona, the drink, changed their name to Ebola.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
just a joke.
Yeah, okay. I was like, fuck, that is so funny.
Oh my god.
I thought it was something else, but I love that
But it
stuff.
was funny
nonetheless.
because I was listening to the radio, I think, a few days ago. And it was on the radio, it's like, yeah, the coronavirus is the most wrongfully looked up disease ever.
Yep.
The beer virus, coronavirus, beer virus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh
Hey
my-
man, Corona the beer is riding that free publicity. You know they are.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, all right, woo, free publicity. You're gonna share images of our beer online, all right? It's a meme.
Until everyone starts asking them questions about the virus itself.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they just pull Wendy's on Twitter and just start roasting everybody.
Which is still
And
like
they
the,
ride that wave even
which
more.
is still like the funniest thing. I love Wendy's Twitter.
I think the one thing that's comparable.
It was
is,
funny for a little while,
yeah.
and then it just got really.
Then it
boring.
just got the same. Like they stopped doing base, or it was like a lot when it first came out. It was fresh and new, company
Not
insulting people. Now it's like everyone's
That one
trying to
time,
do
you knew that employee was like just having a rough day when they fucking
Mm-hmm.
tweeted out to that one guy, and then the internet's like, "Oh, it's so funny they did it. They're a big company," and you're like, "Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing."
it. Yeah.
No freaking. No.
Remember that one tweet you sent out? We need you to replicate it.
Go and shit talk our customers. Okay.
No freaking. Yeah, the closest thing that I have to the Wendy's tweets are like this Twitter page called Nihilist Arby's, and all it is just self-deprecating humor, and then afterwards it just tells you to go and enjoy Arby's.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
it's like mixing quotes from like a philosopher, and then just go have Arby's at the end.
Yeah.
Fucking. You know what? I'll look up one of their tweets right now.
So while you're doing
That's
that,
great.
I read a very interesting article today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they decided, airlines decided that the best way to get people to fly their airplanes was to, and I quote, create a see-through airplane.
Huh?
That is horrifying.
That's
That's a terrible idea.
They're like,
I'm
the
not-
sky bridge is a thing, and everybody really likes that. Nope, we
I'm
really
sorry.
don't.
No,
I
no.
I don't mind heights at all. That is like, that just scares
Yeah,
the
like-
shit out of me.
You close the window half an hour because you get vertigo usually, and then like you gotta sit there.
just
And
the
the whole
thought-
fucking thing is a window.
Just the thought of having to sit in something in an
Flying through
airplane
a
that's
lightning storm?
see-through.
You can finally see how close you are to dying every 2
There's like
seconds.
one like strikes past you,
and you're like, yeah, fuck this. Your in-flight
Yeah.
movie today will be Sharknado.
that would be amazing.
Could you imagine snakes on a plane?
They showed that on
Oh.
a few airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It has to be a family
Man.
movie that has just a few amount of swears on it.
Well, they did a
yeah, the redub
they
thing.
Yeah.
TVI'd it.
Yeah. TVI's.
It's so good.
I forget what he says, but all I know is I'm sick and tired of these Monday to Friday planes on my snakes on my Monday to Friday planes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's about or monkey flying.
Monkey flying.
Tired of this these monkey flying snakes on my Monday to
Poor
Friday
Samuel
plane.
L. Jackson.
Or
He
whatever
just
it
wants
was.
to say motherfucker.
Yeah, and he just can't.
It's in his claws.
Yeah.
Because they released
Dude, but he never did it for Marvel until Infinity War.
Yeah.
No, anyway, I just pulled up one
because
of
it's
the
usually
tweets.
right before he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mother.
Anyway, I pulled up one of the Nihilist Darby's.
If it was the
tweets.
real Nick Fury.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Pulled up one of the Nihilist Darby's tweets. This is just holy fuck.
Pull it up. Read it.
Today is a perfect day to chug massive amounts of garbage food and drink yourself into oblivion while investing all your energy into the results of a completely pointless conflict.
Hey.
In that way, it's exactly like every other day of this sham of an existence. Enjoy Arby's.
Wow, that one actually works pretty well.
I mean, they recently released the reboot to Saw trailers.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes,
love
I'm
that.
so excited for those because
And-
instead of being a scared
Dude, the first time I
child,
watched
can
it
actually enjoy
and the
them.
dead body stood up and ripped the mask off,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like, that was the first time as a kid I was like, what a fucking twist! Oh my, I didn't even see it coming! God damn! And then the rest of the movies were okay. But that one scene, I was just like, whoa!
No.
Whoa!
See, I'll watch a horror movie before I watch Saw stuff because it's just
Fuck Shamalama Ding Dong. That was a good twist.
yeah.
Well, Saw is just torture porn.
Yeah, it's
Gore.
that's all
But
it is.
the
and I just
scene
I don't
where he
enjoy that.
fucking stands up, takes the mask off, looks at the guy and goes, the key, and it's the voice from the tape recorder. The key was in the tub the whole time. I was like, fuck! That was a twist! He was there emotionless for a whole hour.
Yeah.
Damn!
Holy
Damn! It was good. It was good.
I've never seen any of the Saws.
I saw like one. I think it was the first. I just fucking hated it
I saw.
because it literally, as you said, it is just torture porn. And I'm just not into that.
I
think this
saw.
new one that's supposed to be a bit different.
The video games weren't even torture porn. They were actually
They
had a
were
decent
like-
story.
yeah.
I can't believe I just quoted the Saw video games, but
I remember the first one was alright, the second one was pretty shit.
I played the first one at was it my cousin's house, like of the first Saw game, and I remember actually enjoying it, but that was sort of it. Like, I kind of knew what Saw was at the time, so I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this, but
It was
okay.
It was interesting because it's like, yeah,
yeah.
it's what you expect.
It's
but
kind of
like,
amazing
and
that
it works well in a video game.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they tell a better story than the movies.
Yeah. I don't like Saw. Not
Like,
even
I
just
like the
because of
twist,
torture
but
porn,
like, fuck,
What
I
I
like watching
really
these
enjoy
video
about
games
Saw is that they've taken it and they're also using it for a medical perspective for the blood drives.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which I think is
they're pretty
awesome.
accurate. Well, some of
Because
them.
you never know when you're gonna need a bag of blood.
Yeah.
True enough.
This guy fucking in the movie. So the main villain dies,
Mhm.
right? And 2 movies later, we see like the autopsy, and they find this fucking cassette tape in wax, and I'm like, really? They're gonna do the fucking he's dead, but he's still the villain thing, and they did. And I was like, oh, fucking good. It was so bad, but I was like, why would he eat that?
Didn't he have like an apprentice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he made the apprentice out of the detective by swallowing a tape covered in wax. It's bizarre. It's the dumbest
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen.
That's fucked, actually. Oh my god.
Nope. I'm good. It just doesn't appeal to me.
And it's like the pig.
Yeah.
That's the big.
Yeah, it just I don't know.
No.
They're not. I just don't really enjoy the goriness of it all. You know.
Then around the 4th movie, he took like a Frank Castle turn where he started killing like bad guys.
Yeah,
And I was
'cause
like,
what-
really, You're
the
gonna-
original
that's
purpose was-
justifiable.
Wasn't the original thing the fact that like he was doing this to people to make them appreciate life
Yeah,
because they were like
Yeah,
gonna
they-
kill themselves
They
or
were
whatever.
gonna kill themselves.
they
or
were
they
gonna
had
kill
committed a
themselves, and
crime
the
or
doctor was
something.
Yeah.
the guy who was the doctor was killing people for insurance money. He's like, this is why you appreciate life, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Yeah.
like.
What a fucking dark way to do it, though. Like,
You're
I'll
gonna
be
go
But
real.
then he
Well, I
started
mean-
like
Test
in
you're
the
gonna
4th
redeem
movie, he
yourself.
took this
Yeah.
he took this hate group, like a bunch of racists, and just killed them. And I was like, this isn't even creative, and like it's just
That's
you
where
just
this
killed
new one
4
looks-
people.
Yeah.
This new one looks interesting because he's killing cops apparently.
Yeah, he's killed
But it's supposed to be
Police
like
officers.
a reboot though.
before. He He puts two detectives against each
Yeah.
other in a room that's like closing in on itself, and you're like, this is kind of fucked. So he has killed police officers before in the movie, but I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer yet.
No.
Like I said, I don't watch these movies very often. I watched them all once and was like, yeah.
I know stuff about them because of what they are,
No, I
but
don't
that's
think
sort of
I
it.
Well, I've
I
only
watched the first one.
I've
and-
only seen like number 2 because my fucking cousin.
Well,
had
you
it.
gotta watch number 1. That's the icon. Like honestly, like
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
that one
number
plot
one.
twist, and I was just like, fuck, that was amazing.
Nope.
No, like I've seen number 2 and I've seen number 7, I think.
For the first 3 are the best of them.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah, the first 3 are alright. I didn't hate those ones. I actually rather enjoyed the first 3. It was the 4th one that had the tape in his fucking stomach, and he started killing racists. And I'm like, okay, now it's stupid. Now you've run out of ideas. And then the 6th one, he executes 2 people publicly in an open park, and I'm like, that's kind of like, now this is just fucked.
Yeah.
You're still dead. By the way,
That's
you're
a
still
villain,
dead. You're
yeah.
not a real thing.
Mhm.
Like you're in a gravestone right now.
Now you're just a villain.
You want to play a game? That puppet, man. That was iconic.
The day I hear that in my room when it's night is the day I have a heart attack and just
Yeah.
bite the dust.
Nope. There's gonna be a brown stain on my bed after.
You see the vine where the guy comes
Oh, yeah, on the
with
bike.
a little bike and he's like,
You
wanna
wanna play a
little-"
game?
And then
It
like
just
the
falls
bike
over.
breaks and he falls over.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
And then you just hear everyone
Was it-
else laughing.
Was it Robot Chicken where they were like, "Do you want to play a game?" And it had the nerd, and he's like, "Oh, you mean Monopoly?" And he's like, "No, shut,
Oh,
shut,
yeah.
Yahtzee,
They've had Saw in
life." And Styles like, "Shut the fuck up, just let me talk." I'm like, "Oh my god."
And he always escapes. That's
Always.
like the one thing with the nerd is no matter how bullshit
Oh,
or
God.
fucked the situation is, he leaves perfectly fine.
He's like, "I know my brain." He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" The Saw guy is. I love the Saw puppet in Robot Chicken. I don't know why, but it's just so fucking funny.
he's been in a lot of different skits, and some of them are like really bad. But yeah, anytime the nerd's in one, it's like it's a mixture of like shaking your head, but at the same time you're like
The
have
nerd's
the
the best
stupidest grin on your face.
The
Yeah.
nerd is the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
character of Robot
like
Chicken.
hands
Yeah.
down best
Is that still
character.
being made?
Robot
Yeah.
Chicken- Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, man.
Oh, it's still going. It's-
Seth MacFarlane, man.
He's insane. I'll put it that
In
way.
the
I
mem-
think
brain.
it's Seth Green that's actually making it.
Is it Seth Green?
It's
or
Seth
MacFarlane?
Green. Yeah, it's Seth
No, I
Green.
gotta look this
But-
up now.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane makes Family Guy.
Yeah, see, that's
It's
what I
Seth
thought.
Green that
Pretty-
does Robot Chicken.
Both.
Dude, they both have the name Seth. Don't get mad at me.
Seth Mick something.
It's the Seth dude.
Or
Yeah, Seth. I don't know. I don't care who it is, to be honest. But
whatever. Either way,
they're
I mean,
both fucked in the head.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Seth Green.
I still think Robot
Seth
Chicken's
Green?
a better show than
Okay.
Family Guy. In a
depends
couple
on
of
the
ways.
Family Guy. I like
Because
Robot Chicken more
because
than
with
like
Robot Chicken, it's just cutaway jokes. Like it's
Yeah.
all one big cutaway joke.
Yeah.
But with Family Guy, they got the show and the cutaway
Yeah.
joke, and it's like,
Okay, that is true.
The it's still like I like Family Guy
said
more
this-
than American Dad. I like anything more than American Dad.
I said this to Justin
That's
the other
fine.
day. I said
So
instead
dumb.
of making the Cleveland
Oh,
Brown
yeah.
show, you know the
Oh,
remake,
yeah, the Cleveland show.
they
Yeah.
should have made the Stewie and Brian show.
Fuck yeah.
Because some of the best Family Guy episodes, according to the fan base, is the ones where it's just Stewie and Brian.
Yeah.
Because
Like
they
the
don't
movie.
do the cutaway jokes. The entire episode is just one big adventure, and everybody loves it.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, they decided to do the Cleveland Brown show. I don't know what the creative differences were there, but
I think
I would have loved a Stewie and
I
Brian
would
show.
Yeah.
think it would be something because
I think you had to do something with the guy who plays Cleveland's contract and was the only way to keep him.
yeah.
but I can see it also like
Because it failed after, I think, 2 or 3
yeah, it
seasons.
really did.
Failed after the
But
first season.
it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like eating the same food,
Yeah.
your favorite food every day. After a while, it stops being special.
Yeah.
So maybe if they thought that if they kept doing a show like that, then maybe it would just stop being a special thing.
Well, the thing is that the episodes were so expensive to make, you wouldn't
Mhm.
get very many episodes,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
because there's no cutaway jokes, right? And they have like actual like 1980 movie scenes in
Yeah,
there.
that's
and
really
they
good.
ripped off Disney, so
Mhm.
they had to pay some stuff, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're really good. That's why one of the best movies is the one where Stewie and Brian go to the future
Yeah.
when the
Mhm.
older
Oh.
Stewie comes back to the past.
God, it's like one of the best episodes. Two back-to-back episodes. Is
Yeah,
that one.
it is an actual movie. It's
The one
just
where
not
older
cinema.
Stewie has sex with Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
He's like, just practice
Because he's
with
practicing
Swiss
for
cheese.
the lady at his job, which was like,
I like the when they're like in bed and he failed to have sex, and he's like, "Do you want to see the cheese again?"
no. He said, So am I supposed to pay you money now or something?
Yeah.
And she just gets up and leaves. So it's such a good movie. I've watched it like 12 times. I absolutely
Man, fuck
adore
the
it.
40-year-old version.
Yeah.
Virgin, that one was good.
I still haven't seen that. I still haven't seen that movie yet.
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
It's a
haven't
good
seen
one.
I watched it. It was.
I heard it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh.
That actor, whoever plays Mike from The Office, is fucking hilarious.
Oh, Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Fucking love him.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite actors. So.
And that's what she said. Michael.
The running joke.
I
So
could quote The Office all day.
Mhm.
No.
Please
no,
don't.
his what was it? His character in Anchorman was
Oh
pretty
fuck,
good.
that was pretty good too.
That was insanely good. I
That was
loved
pretty
it.
fucking great.
No, my favorite was the green screen scene in Anchorman 2 where he just, because he's the weatherman technically, and he's just freaking out over the green screen because he's never had it before, and he's like just freaking out, like, because I think he wore a green suit or something,
Oh.
or like he wore something that was like.
He's the
green.
king of improv. I like fucking love.
So
You know what's
good.
funny is in The Office, his character Mike goes to improv class, but he sucks. Like he sucks at improv. Like that's his joke. But I'm like, but the actor is pretty great at. It's pretty good. It's pretty good play on improving the improv.
Yeah.
So like breaking the fourth wall, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that show kind of was.
Yeah.
It's a mockumentary.
So I watched the Joe McFarlane Experience, which is a podcast, and he had a guy.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, is that
Yeah,
what it is?
Yeah, not Joe McFarlane.
What? Oh, sorry. We were talking about like 8 celebrities at once.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. The Joe Rogan Experience, and he had this this explorer, this archaeologist who works on the Amazon, and he was describing to us why putting all these soy farms in the Amazon is a stupid idea, because he's like, despite the fact that it's a jungle, the soil is garbage. Like you
Yeah.
can't grow food in the Amazon, which is why everybody says that you can't live in the Amazon. So he's like, I don't understand why everybody, is growing beans in this one Amazon place because it sucks. But then he went on to explain that there is this large plot of land that they discovered recently last year that has a bunch of intricate piping works that could host a city of 20 million people.
Holy
Jesus Christ.
fuck.
And they found inside this city fertilizer that they've never seen before that they used to grow plants in this city.
Really?
Yeah, and nobody knows what it's made out of or how they made it. I mean, there's theories, but nobody really knows how they made it. But it's this deep black, thick brick that you can't, like, move around very well, but it grows stuff so well. And everybody's like, what the fuck is this? And essentially, you can take a chunk of it and put it on normal soil, and the soil, for whatever reason, just, you can grow stuff on it. So they're like, I don't know how, so nobody knows how they did it.
Some sort of super
But the
fertilizer.
theory is that the Spanish explorer who went to the Amazon, he went from the east to the west down the river, told everybody that there were these large cities of people, like just gargantuan cities the size of London back in the 1860s, which is like, I don't know, like a couple million people everywhere in the Amazon. 100 years later, a bunch of British explorers went there and there were no cities. So everybody thought he was a liar. But now they're finding these, as they keep clearing the land, they find evidences of these cities. So the theory is the Spanish explorer brought smallpox into the Amazon
I see. And it killed everybody.
and killed everybody.
Wow.
So the forest, because the Amazon grows quickly, kind of just decomposed all of the city within that 100 years, right? But to host a city of 20 million people back
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
that's that's larger than Rome.
insane.
Yeah.
That is larger than Rome. Holy.
Rome was
To have an
fucking
actual
large.
intricate water piping aqueduct just still in the ground is fucking crazy.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Jeez, that's
Discoveries.
And the thing is, right? So the Amazon
That's
is
a lot.
so big. They have the part of Amazon that they haven't explored, which is 17 million square miles, is the same size and weight of the entire continent of India. And they haven't explored that part of the Amazon yet because they just can't. It's too thick. So you think about it. You haven't explored all of India. Basically, is what he was saying. I was like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. It's fucking crazy.
that's
Holy.
And he's like, forget the ocean. We still have 7 million square miles of the Amazon to explore before we keep cutting it down. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
He's like, what are we gonna find in there?
Neither.
Are we gonna find another civilization?
That's actually so fucked though. Holy.
Yeah.
Discovery of ghosts.
20 million. As soon as he said
Jeez.
20 million, I was like, that's exaggeration. Like, are you serious
Like,
right now?
really?
London back then was just nearing 1 million. I think not even. I think it was like 60,000.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this city's pulling off 20 million in the middle of the Amazon.
What did they know that we have yet to find out?
Don't know, but their entire city decomposed in a year, like 100 years. So
That's fucked.
I do like the smallpox theory because it's plausible, right? Because
Yeah,
he is from Spain, and smallpox, back then. But
Yeah.
Just never knew what.
We're not racist, by
well,
the way. We're not.
but like back then we didn't have vaccines, right? That
Yeah.
wasn't an option.
Yeah.
There wasn't a cure.
No.
So he goes to an alien land with new cities full of people who he's never met before, and naturally he's carrying all of this disease on his ship, from his fruit to his, his water to everything else, and then he just fucking passes it on. And smallpox takes a while to grow. So like as soon as he left that one city he discovered and went to the next, that city didn't even know it yet, but they were fucking sick, right? Plus he was on the main river for an entire year.
Yeah.
Which means that all of the water that he touched flowed throughout the Amazon.
Yeah.
So he brought smallpox like an epidemic to the Amazon, and it killed everybody.
Which makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
It did kill millions.
they kill millions, and if you have an English background, you're naturally immune to it
Because we fought it over centuries, so but they don't have an English background, and they've never had contact with another person from Spain before. So there you go.
Education.
20 million. The whole interview is like an hour and a half, and he talks about all the mysteries in the Amazon, and that to me was the coolest one, where he's like they had their own fertilizer. The theory for that is they would bring leaves to like a smolder, not like a burning blaze, but like a smolder, and then they would put it out and just let it decompose in this like soil over rainwater, and that's what did it. But I don't know.
We haven't actually done anything with it.
Yep.
At least not publicly.
Having fun with the phone there, Mike?
It's a fertile nobody's ever seen before, fertilizer. So
Having fun with the phone there?
it's the chair. The chair sucks.
Yeah,
These do.
It's oh god.
This I'm actually okay with this one, but I haven't been
I wish
sitting
I
on
had
it for
that one
hours.
back. Oh well.
We'll get better chairs than this one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Fulham's going up first.
Yep, which hopefully should be pretty quickly. You were saying you were getting the blues
Stuff tomorrow because I have the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm off at 2:30. If I could probably join you.
Honestly, I'm just going down to Canadian Tire. Not even Canadian Tire. Yeah, probably Canadian Tire and just buying adhesive
Yeah,
and some command strips.
but I'll be
and
off at
that's
2. I'll be off at 2:30.
I'd probably just get up in the morning and do it.
But I'll be off at 2:30 if you need to, help set that up.
No, well, set it up maybe. We'll see.
Set it up, yeah. Yeah, just because I got nothing better to do tomorrow after I work, so.
We shall see.
Yay!
Just play Deep Rock Galactic and yell and scream at
Oh, that's a good game we can talk about.
Michael, Deep Rock Galactic is my life right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
I've been trying to slow down a bit so I don't burn myself out.
Let me just fucking.
But it is. Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't really know what Deep Rock Galactic is, it's pretty much just imagine like
Badass mining space dwarves.
badass mining space
dwarves.
We talking about Deep Rock
He's
Galactic.
had it for like what, 4 days?
I've had it for 4 days and I put in 60 hours.
Holy fucking jeez!
I've had it for 5. No,
They've had it at least.
You've had
we've had it for at least a week.
Yeah.
at least a week and you put in 60 hours
Yep.
already. Fuck, that just sounds like Risk of Rain to me. Like, that just sounds like Risk of Rain all over again. Like,
There's just so much to do. It's not even funny, and it's not that I don't want to do it because I do want to do it. It's just like it takes time.
yeah.
I know, and it's still early access.
Yeah.
Well, they have their roadmap up.
Do they?
They actually have it.
Did they do the updated one? Because I know the one I looked
Once
at.
I get
said
my
it was
laptop,
their
it's gonna be
community.
insane.
Because the last one I saw, everything was completed.
Yeah, all I can say
Yeah,
about it is
okay,
you're gonna have a
just
really good
page.
time with both Deep Rock and Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah, this is a game
More
you're
so
gonna have
Because
to
I've
play with us. Because holy fuck.
seen
Amanda's watched this live
Deep
stream.
Rock Galactic.
Where is it, Mike?
Just scroll down. You know, close
I
up.
forgot you had Polly the penis as the.
That's been my 61 hours. What?
Yeah, just continue. And it's like the living roadmap.
December 2019.
Wow.
So we're waiting for no.
We need to find
Oh,
more
you
games that are
roll and
worth
you
playing
go
where
up.
it's more
I
than
think-
just 4 players.
Is it they're
Yeah,
adding a new minor?
No, that is.
Yeah, see if you look, everything's.
I
If
mean,
you
I
scroll
would be
down,
thinking
everything's
about
been
it now,
done.
but
Oh, never
unfortunately
mind.
it's only
This is
4
the-
I was
Yeah.
looking
December.
December.
So we did.
I'll
we already
I'll
had
just be in the
28.
chat.
So we're at the
cheering on
1.0
Barbara.
park overhaul.
Cheer on Barbara.
We did that already.
That's what just happened.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, you're right. That is what just happened. So now we get the minor manual. Ever wish you could revisit the tutorial? Nope. More in-depth information about the game, world, gear,
Yes.
aliens, biomes, etc.
Me.
Yeah, who the fuck is
Me.
Carl? Now you'll be able to
No, I'm not
unlock
Carl.
entries in your own in-game information compendium. Ooh, gross. More locking. Pickaxe skins. Improved Greenbeard
Okay.
experience. Space rig and terminal overhaul. Wow. Polish and quality of life features.
Quality of life.
I thought they already did the. Oh, they've already done the overall
Yeah.
ones, but.
So wait.
Onwards and upwards.
The first priority is more mission types.
Dude, we've had this conversation just now in game. We need a payload type of mission because we need to be able to take a cart from one place to the other while mining.
As much as
That would be
as-
insane, but
like an act-
awesome.
We already have timed events. We already
Yeah.
have King of the Hill type events where you have to stand inside of a little fucking area. It's too fucking small.
Oh, it's not.
It's too fucking small.
Agreed.
Oh
fucking
no,
hate you.
it's bad. I played it by myself. I had no presser come with me, and I'm a engineer.
Oh, and that
Nothing.
guy. Oh my fuck! The guy in the radio's like, "Get the fuck back inside that ring, or
Yeah.
you failed the mission." It's like, dude. It's like, man.
The second anybody like
Yeah.
leaves it, he's just fucking living.
He's on that microphone yelling at you, and you're like, dude, there's 3 oppressors inside the fucking ring that's only 10 feet.
literally can't get inside of it.
And there's nothing there.
I had-
You've decided to blow it up and put it into a hole.
See, I had one of those where it put what was it, the fuel cells
yep.
right on the edge of a cliff, and I activated it, and then about 20 seconds it fell down the cliff.
Yeah, and you're gonna go with it down the fucking
Yeah,
cliff.
so
and
he
you're
yelled at me, and I jumped down into the cliff.
and then you died.
No, I was a scout, so I just. But it was still like I was doing it, and I was just like sitting there. I was like, "Why is he yelling at me?" I'm in it, and I was like, "Oh, you
Fell.
fucker!"
Yeah. I fucking hate it.
Oh yeah.
It
Well,
gets
he'll
annoying.
he'll get pissed at you for kicking barrels. It's great.
Well, that's just yeah.
He's
Yeah.
management, so you're not supposed to like him.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Okay.
He's
So
not
the
bad.
double jump and the fall damage when they're reworking.
Yeah. They might not.
Because that was my gunner. So I'm playing it. I'm a gunner, which is
Yeah.
like the tank essentially, the big beefy guy.
DPS more like, but.
And he fucking the best things for him was a double jump, and the reduced fall damage.
The best thing for everyone was
So,
that. That's
yeah.
why they got rid of it.
So you could fucking with him. It felt more important because I didn't have the scout jump or the digger's ability, and I didn't have the platform gun.
Mhm.
Right.
You
So
still
I
have
had,
the zip line.
I had nothing. I had a zip line,
Mhm.
which was.
But still, like that, the reason they got rid of it was because it was good for everyone.
Yeah, and they removed it, and I was like,
Whereas-
"You fuck!" So I had to take my like a few hours to like read all the perks again and figure out what I was doing.
Yeah, but it's like
You want to see my screenshots, Michael? Did you see my amazing cave that I traversed the other
Yeah,
day?
I
There you
saw.
go. I can climb down that.
It just looks off.
That's not the roof, by the way. That's just a platform I made. You can. It still goes up.
yeah.
Holy.
Jeez.
And I said to myself, I said, if the pod drops in this tunnel or like above it, I'm abandoning this mission. 'Cause I can't scale up that fucking thing. It took me 10 minutes to get down it. Fuck getting up it.
Oh yeah.
Instead, Molly just did the thing where he phases through a fucking wall, and I had to dig through the wall. I hate it. I hate
Oh,
that
was
so much.
horrible.
I hate
Yeah.
that so much.
No, that's probably the worst of it. No,
So that's what happened with me. It was just like, mine running. All of a sudden, I just see Molly go, run, through the wall, and the wall wasn't that just like one
Yeah,
mine
it was
away.
like an entire tunnel.
It was like 2 mines. It was like 2 or 3 mines away. I'm just like, how? What?
Yeah. She's just like, oh, there's no optional path. I'm just gonna phase through the wall, and it's like, what?
Yep.
The monsters do that too. They fucking.
And it doesn't even make a hole.
No.
No, no.
She literally just phases through
It
it.
just goes meow.
So it's not like she like plows her way through the wall.
And the ship takes off when she gets there. Well, there's a timer, but she has to get there. So you're like, are you fucking really? Did this really just happen?
Well, it's not as bad as what happened since I was doing a low oxygen one.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
And she just phased through the wall, so it's like... It's a good thing
Yesterday's deep dive was low oxygen. That was the downside of the mission. All of the missions were low oxygen. I was like, yep.
Oof.
And just like, yeah, I'm not playing this. I was like, yeah, it's a good thing I have Boslo with 3 revives, or I would never have left.
Yeah, Bosco is like the best.
Oh yeah, always boom. Yeah, I don't know. I love them when I do my solo missions, but I'm trying to play with actual people. So primarily, like, of course, you know, Brody, Justin, Mike.
I never
pretty much
do.
everybody.
If you can play with friends, do it, because fuck everybody else.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god. Like,
I've heard nothing but complaints about the community.
and it's literally just, it's not like they're toxic or anything, it's just they're fucking stupid. It's like a gunner goes, oh look, a hole! Whee! Splat! And then expects you to go get them.
Oh, I fucking hate it.
Nothing beats that one time. Me and Brody were just fighting something, and I was trying to get my way out of a hole.
Oh.
The next thing I see is Brody. I die. Brody comes to revive me. Starts running away. Falls into a hole. Gets surrounded and dies. I'm
No. You died, and I was on my zip line. I was like, all right, Mike, I'll
Was
dig
that the
up
one
to
I
you.
was? I escaped? Yeah.
I was like, I'll dig up to you, and then this fucking flying guy comes over and he's like, and I fell off the fucking zip line and fell to my death, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere too, god damn.
This game may not be as funny as Left 4 Dead when we play, but it's still hilarious.
Speaking of which,
That's why I've got the perk
We
where
should
I
play
go
that.
down, I can hold G and explode and
Yeah.
grenade over myself.
Mm.
If you guys play Left 4 Dead, you have to stream it so I can watch.
dude, I want it.
Watch it in all its
We
glory.
played it too much, that's the issue.
We know where everything is.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
yeah, like, okay, I mean, obviously,
Well, Dark Carnival is also a hit or miss.
yeah.
For the most part.
It's a hit.
Well, I mean,
never
it's yeah,
ends.
it's always a hit. It's just, I know what he means by
Yeah,
it, but
like,
it's just
yeah.
like, yeah, no, I don't know how much time I have in it, but it's literally like, I mean, I've been playing it before all of these people, because I had it on my 360.
And I was
And,
playing with.
Yeah, you played
Justin.
with me.
Yeah,
But,
for
like,
quite a while.
Beforehand, like, yeah, I played for, whatever my time is, add another like 400 hours onto it, and that's how much I've played of it.
Yeah.
So, and as much as I'd love to,
Stupid gifts.
that's awesome.
Love
But as much as I'd like to say, oh, we'll just add new maps or something like that. So many of these new maps, or sorry, of the like community-made maps, are fucking trash.
Oh, man. That's why I don't play community maps. Like, I
Yeah,
play,
we
like,
did
map-
one with bubbles.
It was called Dark Basement, and it
Blackout
legit
basement.
had no lights.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck this.
Yeah, I was actually not able to play it
No.
because like that was with my old laptop,
I
and it
know.
was like, or my old computer, but it was like fucking hell. Like I was able to play it for probably about 10 minutes, and it was literally like even with your flashlight on, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, you literally had to have like a modded flashlight 'cause for some reason those light up everything
Yeah.
10 times better.
Yeah.
If you had just because I just had a base flashlight, you would not see you unless because you're standing next to the wall, you couldn't see it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was a whole
Oh,
map.
there's a dog.
That sounds like a horror.
Yeah. And no, and it wasn't even like, oh, it's a bunch of stuff coming out of it. Like, there was like half the zombies is normal, and like, probably like 10, from what I watched of them, it was like 10 infected, or special infected. So it was like, just walking through a dark tunnel, essentially, for like an hour.
As a group.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone, we're gonna take turns shooting to light up the area.
That didn't even do anything.
That usually helps.
Nope. That's how dark it was. That's how bullshit the map was.
That's crazy.
So, and that's, like, I played about 3 other maps, and it was either horrendous level design, like, hey, you have to go up that ladder, oh, but there's 3 tanks up there. Or, oh, hey, you have to go through this tunnel, but there's, like, 300,000 zombies in it. Or, hey, look, there's a cliff, you have to jump it and land on this one specific spot. And if you go anywhere, even a pixel off, you're dead.
The
Not even down, just dead.
the
That's
Yeah.
The
that's,
best map.
yeah.
Not TF2 map. Or the TF2 map that Justin and I played that we really liked was the moon map.
Yeah, asteroid.
Fuck, that was like the first day Justin and I played for 12 hours straight. Because they
so
invented the baby face blaster.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I mean, that was out beforehand, but...
But like, it was like when they finally like full on like...
Yeah, that was, they buffed it to shit. Like,
yeah.
It was
and
the best
fucking
gun in the game.
Scout, oh my...
It was so good.
God.
You could run across the map in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was so fun.
But it was a moon map. Biggest map we've ever seen.
Yeah. Best
so
map we've
much
ever seen.
fucking, like, it was so different.
Yeah.
You had to destroy robots and collect their pieces.
And then after that, you essentially killed a bunch of stuff, got a bunch of pieces. Then you could go to the next area, and then the next area. And then you had to get through like a bunch of like moving lasers.
Fuck yeah.
To get the intelligence. So then you could leave and go bring it back to yours.
Yeah.
And
Through more lasers.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to take the lasers, but that's normally what we ended up doing just for fun.
Because you had to, because the other way was to go up top through all the fucking
it was
bullshit.
it was not good. But literally they got rid of the map, and I'm so pissed off.
So
That's
the
also
map was in
salad.
beta, so the textures weren't finished, right? So it was like just a bunch of white brick.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is really
And
cool.
orange.
And then Valve was like, fuck it, we don't care about
They
this
just
type.
tossed it out.
Yeah, they just threw it away.
They didn't give us a reasoning for it.
No,
Like,
they just
literally, there
stopped
was just an
playing
update where they just got rid of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck. Yeah, as I said, that was probably the first day we played for like 12 hours straight.
And you know what they replaced it with?
Borneo.
Oh.
Fuck Borneo. I hate Borneo.
Hey, let's make a map that kind of zigzags and has a ton of corners. A ton of corners that you can't see around. And ramps.
And
And
make
jumps.
a payload mission.
Yay! And we were like, you know
I
what?
hate
Tight
Borneo.
corridors, little hallways, unmovable doors. And we're like, you
Yeah.
know what? Borneo sucks.
Borneo fucking sucks. I want the asteroid map back.
That reminds me of one map in Overwatch, Paris.
Oh.
It is the worst because instead of having a bunch of like side paths to get to the point, it's just one straight path. So everyone like sets up in the one area at the choke point, and you cannot get past. You have to play like Sombra to get past, just to give your team a chance to pull everyone away from it, to give your team a chance to get through.
Yeah,
It is
the
insane.
last thing you want is a Reinhardt and Orisa, a Bastion. Pretty much.
Well, they've nerfed the shields though pretty bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That
It
doesn't
took them
matter
too
with this
fucking long.
map. It doesn't
doesn't.
matter with
No,
that map.
it
That map
really
is the
doesn't.
worst one. Every time I end up on the map, I'm like, well,
Leave game.
It's
the
the
team's
same
already
thing.
losing, guys. We're attacking, we're losing.
It's the same thing for Team on Kings Row, isn't it? That opening.
Yeah,
point.
it's very
the
similar.
payload.
Okay,
Fucking
Kings-
god.
Kings Row wasn't even as bad as Paris.
It wasn't. But fuck, we
really
had some good
It is.
moments on Kings Row.
Oh yeah, I've had some.
That and El Dorado.
Yeah.
Fucking El
And Rip
Dorado.
66.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Oh, attack Torbjorn El Dorado. Wow.
I don't miss that game.
I
really
fucking
don't.
miss the attack Torbjorn
Yeah.
moments when everybody's like, everybody go Torbjorn and we'll play an attack, and like we build our turrets.
Yeah.
The enemy team turns the corner and they're like,
And
okay.
especially the payload ones where it's just like 6 turrets on it.
On the
And
payload.
there's like 4
And the
Torbjorns standing
enemy-
there with their hammers going like, bring it!
Yeah. We're all like, armor.
Yeah.
Armor. Enemies would turn the map. There'd be 15 pieces of armor and 6 turrets, and they would literally just be there like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we took a point of damage. Bloop.
Yeah.
Armor.
And there was always like one person like Brody who'd run ahead, spray a bunch of armor in the path ahead of us.
God,
So like let's say there was a turn or whatever, they'd be going and going and going, and like okay, they're like oh finally, and then they like turn around and there was like 12 other armor packs and like 3 Torbjorns standing there going, hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
It was so good.
Justin has
reminds
seen
me
me
of-
play my Torbjorn and how aggressive he can be.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, there's a moment where Justin was playing, I think you were playing Reaper, and you were up front, like, killing everybody, and you were, like, fighting a Winston, and all you see is me jump around the corner and shoot him in the face, and you're like, we're like 100 meters away from the point, and I'm like, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Whoa, molten core, and I, like, melted
yeah.
the team, and you're like, oh my god, we're at their spawn right now.
Yeah, because it was like I just wiped out the team with my ult, and then like literally they're all coming back, and I was like shooting and stuff. And I was like, Brody, get ready! And I was like, he's like, okay, jumps around the corner, just fucking kills everyone by himself. I'm like, there was like 3 tanks there. What are you doing?
I fucking, There are moments where like I run up to Reinhardt, right, through his barrier as a
Yeah.
Torbjorn, and you can see the Reinhardt player, like, he keeps his barrier up because he doesn't think I'm going for him. I pass through him and I start hammering him, and you can see the reaction. He's like jumping. He's like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
He's not shooting me in the face.
Yeah.
He's like, what is happening?
Or you like place down your turret and then go behind them, sort
Oh
of
my!
thing. Like,
I will
just-
jump behind the team, contest the point, put my turret on the fucking cart, and just fuck off. And literally, I'll be like, "Put the turret! Run away!"
And everyone's so scared because they see the turret. It's not even built, and they're just like, "Whoa!"
And they turn around, they fight the turret, and then die because everybody else moves
Push
forward.
their way in. Yeah.
Fuck.
Your
As-
Torbjorn stories and that Lucio story where you were on the point
Torbjorn
for
and
like a
Lucio.
solid minute or so by your
Oh,
own
yeah.
just
That
holding
that
that
was with
point.
Josh. Do you remember that, Josh? We were on
I saw that one.
King the Hill, and I was doing the loop-de-loop thing around the top of the roof, and they had
Lujon
a
Tower.
Winston, which is my weakness, and I
Yeah.
fucking for a minute was like, no, fuck you, it's my. I was killing people. I ulted, so my maximum point time was 5 minutes 45 seconds,
Holy fuck.
and I ulted 9 times. My team literally was like dying, and I was like, no, get off the point! Blah, like pushing them off, killing them, throwing stuff around, and like my teammates, they kept coming back, and I never died.
I'm trying to remember which character.
I didn't die, but you were like, holy shit, Brody, and I was like, yeah, just.
Oh,
I was yelling into them. It was a really stressful moment, and then we won, and the other team was like, fuck you, Lucio. Somebody from the other team was like, fuck that, Lucio! And I was like, ah! It's my point!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I think it was either.
I died once.
I think it was either Diva or Hammond that match. I don't remember.
Yeah, or something, and you were like,
Something like that.
you would come onto the point, and I would still be there fighting. The entire team, after they died, got onto the point, and then their team turned the corner, and they, for like the 8th time, heard me drop my ultimate. And I literally watched the Pharah on the map just stop. She just stopped moving. She's just like, you know what? I fucking hate you so much.
Enough.
She started ulting, and then I ulted, and nothing happened. She didn't kill anybody, and she's like, fuck, again? This is like the 7th time, and I'm like, I healed people. It's a tight space, so I'm healing 8 people. Or, sorry, my whole team was just 5. So that's plus 50% build. Plus I'm dealing damage. Plus I'm knocking people off the edge. So my ultimate's just like, and then I ult immediately as soon as I get it, and then it goes again.
Yeah.
It was just disgusting. Oh my god.
That was probably one of the best plays I think I've seen Brody ever do.
The
That was
the
insane.
Torbjorn stories, man.
Yeah.
Josh knows. We played on the new map. What's that new map called that has... It didn't have the boats. What came after the boats?
It was that
It was like a Spanish map.
Spanish map. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I forget what it's
It has
called.
the gas station in the front of the
Yeah,
spawn.
I know what you're talking about.
It has the gas station, and there's this little ramp that you have on the roof of the gas station. So I was like, I'm just gonna put my turret behind the ramp at their spawn. And literally, Josh and I are just standing there back at where the first checkpoint is for the payload. All they see is turret kill, turret kill, turret kill, turret kill. And Josh is like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, they really don't know where my turret is? Turns out it can shoot through the roof. I didn't know this. So I wasn't doing this on purpose. So it was shooting through the roof, and I turned the corner, and somebody on the other team is like, because they accidentally typed in global, like, somebody find that fucking turret. Somebody find that fucking turret! And I'm like, so it's 15 seconds in, I have an ult. And it's like new Overwatch rules, so the ult is harder to build. I'm like, I have my ult. I have armor. And nobody, like the entire, our entire team was standing there at the point because there's a chokehold there, so we let them capture the first point. But we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where is everybody? And we were just sitting there, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then turret kill. Turret kill. And then finally somebody destroyed it. I think it was a Pharah, because she just got fed up with it and flew up into the air. And then they killed it. So I rebuilt it under a table. Because you can build under tables apparently in that map too. So now I got a table turret and it's shooting under a table, but nobody can hit it because they hit the table's hitbox instead.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You mother! I hate you!" And I was like, "Oh." And then I played Attack Torbjorn. Torbjorn is my main.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
Nothing.
It's golden.
He's just taking it all in.
Just.
No,
You gotta remember, I
stories
stopped
are
playing
insane.
Overwatch when Orisa came out.
Yeah, same here. We both stopped playing around
There
the
are
same
so
time.
many new characters, it is insane.
I'm buying the second one, and I'm playing Torbjorn.
I'll wait.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
I'll
gonna.
wait till it does like it
Yeah.
goes on
I'll,
a decent sale.
Yeah, I'll wait as well.
It's
You
no,
guys
but
got
it
it.
reminds me of when we used to play TF2, and it was like I was the engineer and you were the
demo man.
and it was just literally like I would put my turret up and then just fuck off for like an hour.
You would sit there, you'd get the Relaxo Rancho and just put your feet up and play another game for an hour because
Yeah.
your turret placement was great.
Yeah.
And every occasionally you would hear my demo man, oh, charge in the death screen, and somebody type something in chat.
Yeah, like I was literally like I would play my DS
Yeah.
while playing that
Yeah.
because at the time that was my other laptop and it like wasn't very good. Like I was able to play fine. It was just I was what was it? I think I had like it's like 600 hours on Engineer alone, and then like my second was like 10 hours as Soldier. So
Brody's checking his hours.
well, no, I just because the hours that's like
39.
total. Because I think I have like 900 or 800. Can you go over to me and see if?
Can I do that?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Boop.
No, just go
And
back.
see, for
you
Overwatch,
just
I try
hover
to
over
play
it,
all
you
the
should be able
characters
to
equally,
see.
so when I
Yeah.
get stuck playing a character
667
that
hours.
isn't my main,
So,
I'm not.
600
fucked.
of those hours are on.
Okay. Just throwing this out there. I'm almost done with the achievements. 339 to 520.
520.
I think
yeah.
they keep adding.
They do keep
They
adding.
do.
them.
That's why it's same with Overwatch. Every time they add a character, they get new achievements. But unlike Overwatch and TF2, TF2 has this stupid thing called Around the World.
Oh God.
And you have to play in one sitting. You have to win every map. So you have to win once on every map. The issue with TF2 is there's 76 maps. So in one sitting, I have to win 76 rounds in global. And I was like, you know what?
And that's not an old achievement
Nope,
either.
it's not.
So,
Holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy achievement.
but I
In
honestly.
Overwatch, it was just play a match in every location.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you didn't
I
have
got
to do it
shafted
in
was
one
my
sitting.
most recent one.
But that was also when there was only like 6 maps.
Look
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
that was
this
such
bar.
an easy achievement to
Oh
get.
my
Like
fucking
I did
God.
that on PS4 when I had Overwatch for PS4. Oh fuck! I
World
remember.
Traveler. Play a competitive game on 2 Fort Dust Bowl, grinding gravel pit, hydro, and well. Capture the point. So you have to do that for capture the point. With friends like these, play a game with 7 or more players from your friends list.
Which we would have been able to do beforehand, but then like around the time we got.
This is
like,
hurt when
around
I do
70.
this. A lot of medic achievements I don't have.
You don't have what?
What?
That's wrong. You totally have that.
Okay, so the issue with this, with TF2, is if you're on a community server,
Oh right, they don't count.
and we played 1,000 hours on a community server,
Yeah.
so I would be done my achievements.
That's true.
But we played on a 24/7 2-Fort server.
Yeah,
religiously.
we
We played so much. I was an admin on that server.
Yeah.
That's
They
how
gave
much
him
we
admin.
played.
Yeah.
We played. I didn't even like. They usually have to sign up. You have to do an interview. But I played so much in this one map. Eventually, they're like, "Do you just want to be an admin?"
Because he was there for like
Yeah,
10 hours a day.
Holy shit.
those high school
Damn.
days.
Yeah, back when
Good old demo night days.
Back when he'd wake up at 12 in the afternoon and go to bed at 3 in the morning. And my dad turned off the internet every time he stubbed his fucking toe.
Yeah. Wow.
He obviously doesn't still do
No.
that.
He's got like he still turns it off every once in a while, but like,
Kind of to kind of force the family.
well, no, it's mainly my sister,
Yeah.
but it's like, cause that's what he's always said is it's Melissa, not me as much. Well, there's been a couple for me, but I can normally.
Well,
fix
you
it.
normally know when to get off.
Well,
From the sounds of what you've told us.
yeah, yeah, she was like Brody's level, or she was like Acacia's level of go to bed at 5 in the morning and wake up at 3 in the afternoon sort of thing. So.
I remember doing that just out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that was good.
No, I remember I did that like quite a couple of times back in high school. A little bit after high school as well.
I was never able to do that shit.
I never cared.
Yeah, that's obvious.
That was my
Yeah.
motto. That was my motto. It'll get done eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But no, it's yeah, it was. God, I really missed
It
the
doesn't show
TS2
you who's
stuff.
watching, sadly. I know I'm one. Because I'm just checking to make sure that we're still live.
Probably dog.
Maybe.
Probably dog.
It might be the robot.
People.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I thought that was Twitch.
No, YouTube is a robot.
What is it?
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. It was that was pretty. I miss TF2 days, but I've gotten rid of like
I'm
most
also
of my stuff.
surprised if it is Doug. He isn't just been spamming stuff in chat.
I was about to say, if it was Doug, he would probably
I think
be
he has a
saying
little bit
stuff.
more manners when it comes to live streams.
Yeah. The podcast stuff.
maybe.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. We get to have our Valentine's Day party soon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's gonna be awesome. Actually, I'm gonna be so.
I have a midterm that day, so I'm literally going from a midterm to drinking. So
I'm just.
I'm
glad
literally
it's
going
not
from
fun.
work to buying booze.
I wonder if he'll get
to
as
drinking.
drunk as last time.
No. Nobody's getting. Well,
I
know
have
I'm
things
not.
to do.
I'm
so
not getting drunk.
it's,
Like,
it's reading week next week, but that doesn't mean shit because it's my competition. So I have to.
Wait, do we have next week off?
Yeah.
So do we have like all of next week off?
Not next week, but the week after.
So we have like from the 18th, right?
Something like that.
Because we have the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Yeah, because they put it in with Family Day.
Yeah.
If it's family days.
So normally it's opposite. Normally it's the week beforehand and then afterwards. But yeah, they changed it this week or this year to include Family Day. So it's the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st is technically reading week.
Cool.
wow.
Which normally means you either have midterms before or after. So I have mine before. But again, that doesn't really matter as much because I still have competition stuff to deal with.
Which is Valentine's Day.
So, huh?
Valentine's Day is your midterm.
Shitty.
And then like I said, then essentially, yeah, because
Yeah.
fuck, I actually forgot to make my decisions last time. But that's fine because it's practice. It's practice stuff right now. I didn't notice until like this morning when I got an email saying, "Hey, so the stuff is done," and I was like, "Oh, right." We had changed the time frame that we wanted for it. I think that's what it was. Either that or it's due today.
Okay,
Oh, I thought that was yours. I thought that was mine for a second. I was like, wait.
I thought I turned my phone.
Yeah, finally a Tinder
It's
answer.
A-okay.
Oh no, it's been an hour, so all this stuff's.
Oh no. Okay, never
It
mind.
has been an hour.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah, because I turned my phone on.
Well, welcome to wrap this up if
Only
you want.
one person
Uh-huh.
has done stuff.
I was talking with Josh.
Oh, I was just
Okay.
curious.
Okay.
Just
Nope,
curious.
we could go on for a little while longer.
Dude, we can
Yeah.
go on for however fucking long we want.
Yep.
So, or at least today.
Mm.
Oh,
But yeah,
because-
no, it's on. I don't know. I miss TF2, but
Yeah.
I know if we go back into it, we'll do like what we did last time, where we play it for like a week and then stop.
Yeah.
The issue is all of our maps that we used to play on is now they're super family friendly for whatever reason.
Yeah, and what was it? What was
No
the
swearing. I'm like, you know what? You can go fuck yourself.
what was the place? What was the thing we had? Like, what was the server called that we used? Like the company.
It was either Skyle or
I thought it was PG.
PG. There you go.
PG, yeah.
Yes, PG. That was
PG
the-
got a little too PG for us.
Yeah, because it literally like. Well, I mean.
They merged with two other server companies,
Yeah.
like actual like people who don't make money off of donations,
Yeah.
don't make board donations as a total group, which is fine.
They were really.
But
good
then we
for
got
it.
like twice the amount of admins, and I didn't know any of these people, and like they didn't know that I used to be an admin. So like when I went back to playing, and they were like, "You can't swear, you can't do this, you can't do that." I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, like we well, and then like because beforehand, because Brody had a spray of a giant black dildo, that we put up, and then I had a picture of a.
We still weren't allowed to do that. The
Yeah.
giant spray.
Oh, of course, but nobody cared at that point.
No, they didn't care about mine. I got in shit for that one.
Oh yeah, like twice. But how many times did you put it up as opposed to how many
It's 'cause I
times you
kept
got
moving
shit?
it.
Yeah,
I also once just put it outside on the main bridge where everybody just crosses by and they can just see it.
but it was
I
like
got mad at that.
people got like, but still like you got in trouble in hey take that down.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to with the new stuff, it was hey get out of our server.
Oh,
And I was like, oh wow, okay. fuck yourself.
So yeah, and it was literally like you can't swear,
Yeah.
you can't do like
And a
anything.
shooter game.
Yeah,
I also
where
had
you
somebody-
literally can give people and have parts spray everywhere.
I
with
think I
blood.
was playing Overwatch with Josh, and I had somebody yell at me because I was saying, you know, you're doing a good job, you're doing great.
Oh yeah.
Keep it up. And they're like, you're toxic. And I'm like, you're fucking toxic. Go fuck yourself. You want to see toxic? I can be toxic. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm giving positive reinforcement, asshole.
You might have been thinking you were sarcastic, but
I don't know. I told him to go fuck
no matter,
myself.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Dude, the fucking toxicity in Overwatch can get really fucking.
Which is why I was just like, oh, you did a good
Like-
job.
Like I die once as a diva because I made like a little bit of a mistake and like miscalculation, and I was told
You're
to
human.
fucking switch.
Yeah.
like he,
You switch. Fuck
yeah,
you.
it's like they were all like, oh, play a real tank. I'm like, bitch.
All right, I'll go to
Fuck.
Torbjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Torbjorn tank.
Yeah.
No, but
No, I just.
so this was during like.
Can somebody play Winston? Torbjorn? No, Winston. Torbjorn.
It's the
Winston. Torbjorn.
Don't you have to like choose what you want to do now?
It's a roll
Yeah.
pick now.
queue now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for quick play.
That's such a stupid
Yeah.
thing to do.
No, I hate it. I think
That's a
it's
competitive thing, not a.
They were trying to essentially make Overwatch more like of a competitive thing.
It's because they're an esport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are an esport.
Which is
Oh,
apparently doing
stupid.
really bad.
I wouldn't doubt
No,
it.
like losing millions of dollars back.
Yeah, no, it's Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're literally, because I saw a report on it where it's essentially what they wanted was they got a bunch of people to sign up and they said, hey, all you companies, you're gonna have to eat all the deficit, like so all the loss of money for a couple of years until we start making money on it.
Yeah.
It's been how long? How many years?
6.
And they have not made any money.
Sorry, that's an exaggeration. It's been 3 or
They've
4.
been 2 or 3 since the
But
the
they've-
league started.
They
The
have
league started.
they
Yeah.
have yet to make a profit.
That's fucked.
All I see is the Overwatch from the all-time streamers, the Overwatch League.
Yeah,
Twitch
it's
badge.
they say that on it's just on my suggested bar sometimes, so I just go boop, don't recommend channel anymore.
Yeah.
So
I don't fucking watch competitive Overwatch.
Wow.
no,
Like,
No,
they
the
just-
close-
they're having an event, I think, today or yesterday. I
yesterday.
saw it was streaming on my things.
Yeah, yesterday.
Look,
So
I
subscribe
like
to play.
watching video games, but fuck watching people play shooter games. Honestly, I can't do
Yeah.
it.
It's
I mean, the only good
Depends,
competitive
but-
shooter game to actually watch that's actually interesting is Siege.
Agreed.
It's fucking
agreed.
Yeah,
crazy.
because
It
they're
actually
actually
is crazy.
yeah, they're really good. Like I watched a bit of competitive Siege, and it was like these people. I don't know what the fuck. These people were like monsters. I loved it.
Oh,
It's
they're
like,
really good.
I gotta get back into Siege.
Oh, I'm
The
so
guy
ready
would
to
watch
play.
the Achievement Hunters. They're horrible at playing the game. But they hired a guy who was like a diamond in competitive. And just watching him go from nothing, and it's 1v5, and he just slaughters the other
Yeah.
team. It's like, that's just crazy
Well, like-
how well he knows the game.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I got like a little cousin who like just turned 15 recently. He's really into Siege, and I think he's like gold or something in it. He's good. I've played with him a couple of times, and he's fucking really good. So
I remember that game was just amazing.
it still is
It's just
really
one that
amazing.
it's just that one where you need to have a group of people and
Yeah.
talking.
A lot of
A
it's
few games like
communication. Like I think it really is an esport.
Oh, that
For
one
sure.
is an easy.
But it was
Oh, I
built
know.
around it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, as unlike it'd be like if they made TF2 an esport, like an actual like competitive esport,
Fuck
which I know it was for a little while, but it was
Fuck that.
like
No.
it was like
No.
shit.
Everybody's gonna play sniper and soldier
Yeah,
and the medic. One medic. You'd have a heavy
yeah.
at best.
It may be an NG
Fuck.
if like you had a really good NG, but
NGs are so shit nowadays, though.
I know.
Yeah.
But no, it was like it. Yeah, Siege is really good,
But
but I can't play
I'm
it.
surprised that League of Legends is still going on. Still, like it's
People watch it.
a lot of people watch
Still
it. Actually.
probably-
League of Legends,
It's
still
popular.
but it's the competitive's just
Oh, yeah, it
the
is.
meta changes every so often from up
It changes.
Which keeps it fresh, which
well,
makes
it
people
changes-
watch it.
They
Yeah.
release a new patch basically every 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, 'cause I
Yeah.
know one of the guys it's in my guild I'm friends with. He plays competitively, and he's like, and there was one time I was watching him play, and he's like, yeah, they now have where you can beat anyone anywhere, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. to me.
It used to be where you can pretty much play everyone and everywhere, but then they had it eventually to where you can only play like certain characters and certain roles, or certain characters will work best for this type of role or everything. Now you can pretty much play anybody anywhere again. It's kind of like they're going back to the roots of League event, essentially, pretty much. I played specific mid laners bot lane before, and in the old metas, you play certain characters in the bot lane. Like you don't play freaking mid lane mages freaking in bot lane.
Yeah,
But I've made it work, and I've made it work well. But I just
it just all depends on you build for that character.
As I said, well, you can only build characters a certain way, so that way they'll work. For example, the character that I play builds around ability power and solely ability power.
just so that way I can use like my Q, and my Q does a lot more damage than my auto attacks, for example. So it was I don't know. I'm not getting back in the league again because
Good.
it's just it's toxic. Like I'm just not.
I played it for a week and I was really good at it.
Holy fuck, your jungling skills are insane.
It was disgusting. And then I was like, nah, it's not.
It's not like.
Because it really is just one of those games where everybody just likes to talk shit or they jump in and they're like, I just got banned, let's keep playing. And it's like,
Yeah, they're like that. Well, like.
You know what? I'm done.
Well,
yeah,
like the
bad
game.
community. So.
Like. The game itself, like, is not bad. The worst part about it is if you fuck up, essentially in your thing, and you try your best to come out of it, you may or may not be able to come out of a bad game.
I gave $50 because they deserve it, the game developers, because it is a really good game. But I was just like, I can't fucking play it.
Well, it's like,
Nope, can't play it.
God, like it's got like
Played it in middle school.
It has a good, like, it has its own story. More than Overwatch does, which makes it 10 times better.
It's got a lot of like, well, they're trying to add like a lot more to it. Essentially, like they've got their team fight tactics, auto battler. They've got a card game now on it.
They're trying their best.
They're opening up the world so people can get more into it who don't like the league formula.
Yeah.
Which is me.
Well,
I don't like
the problem I find with the game is that if I'm doing bad or I fuck up somewhere, it's not good, and I have to deal with it for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, and if you leave,
if you
get banned,
basically
pretty much.
Yeah, if you leave, I've left games where I just said like, you know what, fuck this, and I've got, because it's not necessarily a ban, but it's this thing called like it's a lever buster essentially, which is like you get put on a lower priority queue.
Yeah.
So, and you actually have a timer of like
Overwatch just gave
20
you less
minutes.
experience.
Yeah.
There are a few competitive matches. Like, I wouldn't leave in competitive because it's shit. But I have seen competitive matches where everybody else leaves and it's just me. And it's like, why do I get punished if all 5 of my team members leave? Like, why is that fair?
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No,
It's
I
not
Overwatch was stupid that way. And like, then your team suffers. I'm like, if you're leaving, you already hate your team.
Yeah. So fuck them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play a lot of competitive
Well,
shit.
that was the good thing I think about league competitive. If enough people leave, the game just cancelled.
Yeah, it ends.
And Overwatch didn't do that.
But not only did they not do that, if somebody else leaves, like I didn't like just decide to go fuck this or their internet crashes, I lose. I don't get any points.
Yeah.
Even if we win,
Yeah.
I don't get any points.
Yeah.
It's like, but I didn't convince him to leave. He left on his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why am I? What?
Yep. That's why I play cooperative games, because if people get pissed off and leave, then I just kick them from my friends list and tell them to go fuck themselves, and that's the end of that friendship.
Yeah.
The online internet friendship.
Fuck, it's 1:30.
So.
Do you have anything to do?
I do, so we're gonna have to end it.
Oh,
Okay. Alright.
I have dinner to
Alright.
get ready for.
Oh yeah, shit. So anyway.
3? We're leaving at 3.
Oh, you're leaving at 3. Anyway, I guess this is episode 5. Been
Yep.
the end of it. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one, guys.